So for this recipe, for the single batch, you will need to mash 1 to 2 bananas depending on how strong of the banana taste you want in your pancakes. I used a food processor to do all of the hard work for me, and these, I think this was about 2 or 3 mashed bananas. And then you want 2 tablespoons of sugar. And then I always mix the sugar with the banana. I don't know if it actually stops it from, like, the bananas from browning. And I am making a double batch, so all of the ingredients are doubled from the single recipe on the vlog. Then you're adding 1.5 cups of flour for the single recipe. And you will add a tablespoon of baking powder for the single recipe, half a teaspoon of salt for the single recipe, and then I mix the dry ingredients in a little bit just to combine it. 1.25 cups of milk goes in, and then again, because this is the doubled recipe, I am adding more. And then you will also add about 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And then lastly, I added 3 tablespoons of oil for the single recipe. This is a doubled recipe. And then mix it up with the doubled recipe and mixing it up by hand. You could get some large clumps in there, so I used a whisk just to get the large clumps of flour in. So you just want to make sure that you've got most of the large lumps mixed into the batter. And then you can use oil or butter to coat your pan. And then I use medium heat because that pan in our oven is a bit finicky. And I also use, I tend to use a 1/4 cup measuring cup to spoon out the pancake batter. This was 1/3 cup I was using, so I just wasn't filling it up. But I find about a 1/4 cup to be perfect because it makes, well, the size of pancakes that you see, and those are perfect for throwing in the toaster if we make a bunch of pancakes and then we freeze them. The kids can just take them out of the freezer, pop them into the toaster, and then they've got pancakes whenever they want them when I make like a triple batch or a quadruple batch of pancakes. So obviously, once the pancakes start bubbling on the first side, you'll want to flip them. And then I kind of push down on them to see if the middle is oozing out. And that's how I know that they're cooked. So that is our banana pancake recipe. It has no eggs, and I hope you enjoy.